Good morning. How you doing today? It is the next day. I have got a couple things to do today on this super gloomy day. Yes, so today I am going to do some stuff around the house. I have to sew this bag, or not sew, like just sew on the straps of this bag that my mom made. I will show it to you. It's so pretty. She made the whole thing by hand, like hand stitched the whole thing. She just wants me to sew the straps on the machine so they're reinforced and they're strong and whatnot. And we're just gonna have a chill day at home today. Now the stitching I did to put her straps on is finished. That's all she wanted, was for the straps to be attached. So that's what I did. And then she wanted some top stitching. I don't know if you can see, probably not, but she wanted some top stitching on the straps as well. So I did that too. And that is her super cute bag that she made by hand. Awesome. And we are on to the next thing that I'm gonna do for today. And okay, so in Toronto every year at the end of summer, the last 2 weeks of August, the CNE comes to town, and it's like literally it's a, I don't know, like a carnival. It's a little carnival, but we call it the CNE. And I want to make a little outfit for the CNE this year. I'm probably gonna go more than once. I usually go more than once, so that's fine. But I want to make a little waistcoat with like Bermuda shorts situation. I've been meaning to buy one this season, but I didn't. So I said, you know, it's okay. Only because I haven't really seen one in fabric that I like. That's usually the biggest problem for me. It's not so much the style of clothing, it's usually the fabric that they use is a little bit too thin for me. I don't like the thin, scratchy fabric. It feels cheap, I know, but I'm just telling you. So I'm gonna make my own from scratch, and I'm gonna take you along with me right now. It's gonna take a couple of days. I'm gonna start on the pattern today, so let's get started. We've got the setup here. I've got my pattern drafting paper, all my tools, my pattern drafting book there. But this is the book that I'm actually going to be referring. It's the Practical Guide to Pattern Making for Fashion Designers. It is a menswear book, but they have some really great instructions for making the style of waistcoat that I'm looking for. Of course, you know, I'm a woman, so we want the waist to be snatched. Snatch her up in the waist. But it's a really good guide for making your waistcoat. And this way I can make all the adjustments and make all the measurements custom to how I want to make it, give it my flair, give it my own style. And this book is gonna help us do that. Awesome. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I've drafted the front. Here's my waist. Can you kind of tell? Does it look like a waistcoat? And there's the back. I haven't done the back yet. I'll come back to that another day. But we have started. This is the current situation. All the accoutrements to do pattern drafting. So I am going to clean this all up now, and then I am going to do some editing and then shower, and it's bedtime, and that's going to be my day. Y'all, I started this and I wasn't recording, so pick up where I left off. So I have some errands to run today, so I'm gonna take you along with me, but first we have to get ready. We gotta put this face on, but other than that, it's going to be a really chill day. So, and I want to do like a little chit chatty get ready with me. And today I want to talk about starting over, and if you've ever started over, and I really want to start that conversation down in the comments about this. Have you ever started over? How old were you when you started over? And what was your like prior life like versus now? But more importantly, and I think the most interesting part actually, is what was the transition period like? You know, when you said, okay, I'm starting over, I'm starting fresh today, day one. There is a transition period between you starting over to being in your new life. And what was that like for you? For myself, I started over at 27 years old. So I've gone through the, you know, excitement and the change period, because I've realized that starting over, there's phases to it. There's the phase even before you start over where you're kind of like fed up with certain things in your life that drives you to say, you know, basically F it all and let's, you know, change this whole shindig. And then there is the period in which you stop doing all the old things you were doing and you just cut everything out and you change, you make that change. That's the catalyst, that's the first event. And then there is the sort of like, for me was almost like a chaotic period, like things are up in the air, you're making all these changes, maybe you're moving, maybe you're going back to school, maybe you're dropping friends, maybe you're making new friends, maybe you're opening new, like all these things are like all over the place. And then you kind of have like the grind period where now you've made your bed and you have to lie in it. You've cut off the old things. You've said goodbye to old habits. You've formed new habits. You have to stick with these new things in order for this change to actually take hold. And then before you know it, you are just in a completely different life. Like I said, like I didn't know how long the pandemic was going to last, but you know, God was really doing something within me. So that was like what led up to the change. But the change itself was, I just told myself, I said in a day, like if there is ever going to be a time for you to really not just get yourself together, but actually pursue the career of fashion, like it is going to be now. That also, there were just so many revelations that were coming into fruition at this time. And one of them was that if I didn't take the opportunity then at that time, that another one was not going to come along for a very long time. Like just the Lord was just dropping all of these words like into my spirit like never before. And it hasn't been like that since, but I think it's also because like at that time, like God needed to just like pick me up, move me, and plant me somewhere else. And that's exactly what happened. Sorry, that was kind of aggressive how I did that. my goodness, but that's how it felt. And now like I'm walking along beside with him, so the guidance isn't so aggressive. It's a lot gentler. That brings us to the grind period, which I am in now. And everything is like, I have made my bed. I made this decision 4 years ago and I am in it. I am deep. I'm so sorry for the noise. Okay, the kids are playing outside. It's okay, just let them be. By the way, I'm using the Makeup Revolution London palette for pretty much my whole face. I am in it now. Like, I made the change. I had my chaotic period and now I am just in the mix of it. I'm in my new life that looks so completely different from my life before. I mean, the life I was living before, like I used to go party, I used to drink alcohol, and I am loving life. But you know, I can't say that there weren't hard parts. There are hard days sometimes. Like, it's not easy to make such a big change. And I am not gonna minimize that to anyone. Things were hard. It was hard to, at 27, to give up one career to go and be a student. And the income potential that I have like as a student versus when I was just working full-time are completely different. So, you know, that was and is still hard, but I guess maybe the biggest thing is like my perspective on life has changed, and I have like a longer scope of things. When I was younger, my scope was like from here to the next week. I wasn't thinking about life. I didn't make life decisions. I just made decisions that were going to affect me like on today. That's all I thought about. But now I make decisions based on how they're going to affect me in 5, 10, and even 20 years. So right now my life looks like how it does, but I'm still changing. I'm still growing. Like, things are still moving and shaking, and I'm okay with that because it's all temporary. The face is done. Okay, I just need the hair to set. I'm gonna eat, get dressed, and I'll catch you in a little bit. Okay, this is the outfit. Right, ready to go. I just got out of the subway and I am on my way to the store, and I'm gonna take you with me. And this is where we're going. Just got back from my errand today. I'm so tired. I need something to eat. And so basically what I had to do today, I had to go to the fabric store, as you saw, and I had to get some things because part of my internship, the woman that I'm working for asked me to make like a DIY dress form. So I'm going to show you guys that. So some of the things that I needed to get were, I'll show you. So in this bag, I have 4 pounds. Can I even take it out? Yes. 4 pounds of stuffing. I have sponge foam for the project needs that. And these are all the supplies that I need. I'm missing 2 more things. I have to get a PVC pipe and a like wooden coat hook thing for it. So I will be showing you guys how I make this dress form.